Welcome everyone to our Road America Albertsons 175 race recap here on JTN. Let's get right into the action. On lap 1, we're going to take you through the opening lap here. Jeff Dixon and Tommybordeaux on your front row, going to lead them to the line as the green flag is out. You're going to see Dixon gets a great jump on the start. Bordeaux not as quick through the gears, but they're going to be side by side going into these corners as Bordeaux really aggressive into these braking zones. You see he makes a move to the inside, but Dixon's going to clear him off the corner, use the outside lane to keep his momentum up. The story of the night would be the 57 cars. You see some camera difficulties there, but Bordeaux really fast, battling with his teammate Brandon Hawken, who started towards the back of the pack to start out this event. We'll take you through the field a little bit here. You see Andrew Miller in the 47, Cal Lavelle in that 00. There's Sean Whitehill and Garrett Sidner battling for position in their two Ford Mustangs with Mikey Murata behind them. Going down to this hard braking zone. Tyler Stallhood to the inside of Murata. See that 21 way off into the sand trap. There you see the 99 of Brandon Hawken also, who had troubles in qualifying, having to start at the back of the field this evening. All night cars would be going off track, especially throughout the first half of this race. It was a crazy, hectic battle. Only 28 laps here at Road America, which was a very long race, just because road courses take a lot of energy out of these drivers, and they were really struggling throughout the night to kind of get a grip on the track, especially with all the green flag, caution flag, green flag, caution flag rotation that we saw. But here you see Tommybordeaux still trying to get past him. You see Trey Coleman out into the dirt there, allowing Cam Barnes to make the move. Guys really slinging it through these corners, almost drifting, making as much speed as they could around this track. Ryan Pace off track a little bit towards the back there. Going into Canada corner. A tough spot for these drivers throughout the night, and you'll see that throughout this recap. Bordeaux still trying to hunt down that 36 first data machine of Jeff Dixon. Now they're going to be side by side going under the bridge here. But Bordeaux backs off. He's going to try to get a good run off this last corner up the hill. Andrew Miller moving into fourth there. He's towards the back of your screen. And Bordeaux's going to get a great run off this corner. Going to look to the inside of Dixon for the lead as they come to the completion of lap 1. A drag race down the front stretch. Give it to Bordeaux in that 57 TWB.com Technologies machine. And he'll make the pass as they go through turn 1 here on lap 2. Where we're also going to see our first incident here on lap 2. Going down into a hard braking zone. You're going to see the 24 of Darren Ingram is going to come into this corner really hot. The brakes underneath that 24 machine not to his liking. Really gets down into that corner a little too aggressive. Or if the brakes just weren't what that driver, the 24, needed, but it's going to make contact with the 16 of Garrett Sidner. It's going to put him out into the sand trap. Then we move on to lap 3. Here we're going to get another incident, another yellow. You're going to see the 27 of Tyler Stallhood just run right into the door of the 24. Over the radio was saying that a lot of the stuff going to his outside made it a race and deal, but makes contact here. You see on board with Mikey Murata. You see that 32 of Bobby Farrell. He gets loose, spins it out, self-spins, and then you see the 27 making contact with the 24, sending him out into the gravel trap. On lap 4, we just talked about Bobby Farrell on pit road. He's going to make contact with the 24, Darren Ingram. That's going to spin him into his box. Tough break for that mellow yellow 32 Ford Mustang. Here you're going to see the contact, and that's going to boop him into his box. A little more communication needed for all the drivers on pit road last night. Here on lap 6, though, is our next big incident. You're going to see, again, Darren Ingram just on the brakes. Really tough. He's going to make contact with the back end of the 22 of Ryan Pace. That sends him around, causes another yellow. Darren's second of the night. He's going to be forced to retire due to that, causing 2 yellows in this event. And then you see Pace backs it up right into the tire barrier. Says he barely made contact, but Ryan, that was a lot of contact there with that 22 machine. On lap 7, throwing a little shade at my teammate, it's okay. Lap 7 here. You're going to see Garrett Sidner going again into one of these weird zones where it's hard to pass. Makes contact, spins the 22 out. It's going to cause that yellow, spins Ryan around. Ryan with all that rear end damage, having to saw off the back end of that car. Here on lap 9, we're going to see the 2 car of Joe Towansky getting down to this zone. Brakes really early, and the 32 just runs into the back of him. Don't know if either just didn't expect the 2 to brake that early or what happened there. Going on to lap 11, another incident on track between the 27 with the 27. He's going to get loose, go right across the track. make contact across the nose of the 47. That's going to cause a yellow, give major engine damage to the 27, and that'll throw another yellow for the drivers here. Moving on to lap 13. You see Cam Barnes and Trey Coleman. Trey to his inside makes contact, spins the 42 around out into the sand trip. Teammates making contact, playoff drivers, both of them as well. Lap 21, we talked about Brandon Hawkins starting at the back. He's in the lead here, but going down into turn 1, he's going to get really aggressive on the brakes with a huge lead. Hits that rumble strip, and it's going to send this 99 car around spin out for that 99 Burrell ART machine. But he's going to gather it back up and continue to lead here. As you see the 88 of Corbin Huffman and 27 of Tyler Stallhood going on by, getting a lap back that way. Lap 26, and you're going to see this is the eventual, what turns out to be the pass for the lead. A good battle here between the 57 of Tommybordeaux and the 99 of Brandon Hawkins, teammates at Primetime Racing. They're going to battle really hard. Brandon's going to get to the inside going into turn 2 here. And just outbreaks the 57 a little bit. 57 on a couple laps older tires. So that does not help his case, and Brandon makes the pass, gets to the lead here on lap 26, but they're going to keep battling down into the next couple braking zones. Tommy really trying to stay tough. He's got to keep within contact with that 99, really wants to win here, get his first win on the season, stop Brandon from winning number 10 on the year in 12 starts. Tommy, though, does not get off these next set of corners under the Toyota bridge. Great picture for their PR people here. But this is going to let Brandon's going to start to scoot away here on lap 26. We're going to see later in the lap some contact between the 22 and the 42 in this same zone. The 22 is not going to make contact here. Get to his inside, slides up a little bit. Cam Barnes gets off track because of it, or overdrove the corner, one of the two. Pace is going to go around him to see hard, heavy damage to the back end of that machine, but that's not too bad considering it's a road course and aerodynamics don't really matter. You see these two still battling really hard. They're going to be going through the carousel here with Cam Barnes right on the back tail of the 22 machine. Well, what's left of it, of course. Still looking to the inside of the 22 as they come off that corner. They're going to go into this small little kink here. That's going to lead them down into Canada corner. Down this long straightaway. Well, it's got a little bend in it, but it's pretty straight for these drivers compared to a lot of the other track. Barnes makes an aggressive move to the inside, tries to outbrake the 22, but sends it in deep, makes contact, spins the 22 a pace out, causes the last yellow, blew a tire here, and then you see hard contact with the 9, and the 16 also runs to the back of the 22. Big time contact there, everyone's wrecking here on lap 26 of 28, right towards the end of the race. We're going to get an onboard, the Napa onboard with Randall Coleman. He comes through this corner, sees them spinning out, gets really aggressive, tries to avoid the 22, but makes contact, heavy damage to the front end of that 9 machine. But he makes it to the end of the race, and then you see your final lap. We're going to watch Brandon. He's going to bring it uphill to seal the deal here. Comes uphill, and Brandon Hawkins is going to be your winner here at Road America. Takes the checkered flag as we go on to our interviews. Alright, live post-race, standing here in victory lane with the driver of the number 99 Burrell ART Toyota Camry for Primetime Racing, Mr. Brandon Hawkins.
Wait, Joe, how's it going?
Oh, you know, had a run in the 2-car today, but talk about your run. You did awesome today. We saw you spin out with about 8 or so laps to go. You were on the radio saying you lost first gear and that it was going to be a big detriment to your team. How did you rally to go out and still win this race?
Yeah, it was a tough one for sure. Going into turn 1 there, with a few laps left. I just got on the curb a little bit too much, and they're pretty gripped up, so they kind of suck you in. And I just spun it. So I thought it was like everything was gonna be okay there, and then the next corner I blew first gear. So I knew then that was gonna be like really tricky to get back up there. So I came in the next lap to pit, got some fresh tires, and Tommy came out just in front of me, and it was back and forth. Like I was losing a little bit of speed in the really slow corners, but overall it wasn't too bad. But it was a really tough battle trying to get back up there. And Tommy raced me really fairly and really clean. And it was just a ton of fun. That was so good.
Well, and you started at a disadvantage over guys like Tommy and some of the other guys that you're competing with throughout the race because you were starting towards the back, and that's not very usual for you in the 99 team. Talk about, the challenges that it was to try to make your way up to the front of the field.
Yeah. There's always a little bit of an added challenge for sure coming from the back. Luckily, we had a few cautions there at the start, which got me like bunched back up with everybody else. But yeah, it was just kind of getting one at a time. Taking it fairly easy. Not easy, but trying to keep everything clean and stuff. And yeah, just slowly work my way up there. And yeah, I knew by the end we'd have the pace to be able to battle for a win. But yeah, that those last couple things there at the end definitely made it a lot tougher.
Yeah, now you can relax next week at Talladega, although you had all those bonus points going into tonight, so you can relax a lot more now. But what's the plans for you in the 99 team next week?
Yeah, I'm just happy to be safe next week because yeah, anything can happen at Talladega. If I wasn't locked in, I would have probably planned to drive pretty conservatively, just try and stay out of trouble. And but now that everything's now that we're locked in, should be able to have a really good time at Talladega. And that's pretty much all you want going into a track like that because it's so treacherous.
And you heard it here, first, folks. Brandon Hawkins going to be all over his wheel next week at Talladega. Brandon, before we let you go, anyone you want to thank?
I just thank all my teammates at PTR. Special shout out to Tyler Stallhood making his return after a really long time. So yeah, good to see him, and yeah, just everybody for putting on a great race tonight, and like Randall for the or like all the admins. Just really fun to be a part of this, and like great battle there with Tommy there. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and thank you so much for joining us here after the race. Go celebrate your win, Brandon. And good luck next week at Talladega.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks for having me.
And that was Brandon Hawkins, driver of the number 99 Burrell ART Toyota Camry for Primetime Racing. Now down to Joe on pit road with second place finisher Tommybordeaux. Thanks, Joe. We're down here on the grid with Mr. Tommybordeaux, driver of the number 57 TWB Technologies Toyota Camry for Primetime Racing. Tommy, congratulations on your second place finish.
Thank you, Joe. It's a lot of fun to finish second. Anytime you get a good points day in a chase race, is definitely builds some good momentum, and also makes next week at Talladega a lot easier.
Well, and I mean, real quick before we get into the nitty gritty of this interview, Talladega next week. If it's easier for you next week, what is the strategy for you and the 57 team?
I think the most important thing is just going to be making it to the end of the race at that point. I feel like if I can avoid all the wrecks and just make sure I finish on the lead lap, I can get a good points day and move on to the next round. It's going to be tough though. Anything happens at Dega, and like they say, anything stays at Dega. And hopefully, what's staying at Dega is not my chase hopes and dreams.
And I hope for that too, because you join us here on JTN most Tuesday nights and every Saturday night now for the next 5 weeks. But Tommy, talk about tonight. You hear over the radio that the 99 car spins, and you hear that I'm assuming you heard that he lost first gear. You hear all these things about him, and then you're right there with him throughout the race. What was that battle like with you and Brandon?
Well, it was exciting. It would seem that our two cars were really the class of the field. The PTR Toyotas, Camrys are always good, especially when you come to road courses. I don't think anyone was really even in the same league as us. It helps certainly to know that, oh shoot, we got a shot at this thing. I wish I could have capitalized on the win, of course, but the goal really was just to get a good points day, and I'm happy that I was able to get that done.
Now, I saw your PR person come down pit road with a plate that has this beautiful burger on it. Is a burger after the race good luck? Is it a reward for getting that great finish?
It's a reward and also some motivation, looking week to week, hoping to get that tasty burger. Shout out to my brother for grilling it up. He's a phenomenal fry cook there out on the grill, just like my boy SpongeBob, who you can see this Saturday in the USORL Red Bull Cup Series SpongeBob theme race at Kansas. So it's very good, very tasty, and I got some ice cold crushed orange soda to go with it.
Now, Tommy, you're one of the best at plugging your sponsors, but I'm going to give you another chance. Plug all those bad boys in here as we close out this interview.
Yeah, shout out to TWB Technologies, longtime supporter Albertsons as well. GoDavy.com, Lean57, male supplements for men, and of course the Davy companies for jumping on board this week here at Road America.
Yeah, and Tommy, thank you so much for joining us here. Congratulations on the second place finish, and go get them next week at Talladega as well, as conservatively as you can.
Well, thank you, Joe. I look forward to a great race. I hope to see you out there doing well as well.
Well, I really hope so. But that was Tommybordeaux, driver of the number 57 TWB Technologies Toyota Camry for Primetime Racing. We're going to throw it down to Joe on pit road with our third place finisher, Trey Coleman. Live here post-race on pit road, we're standing next to our third place podium finisher, Mr. Trey Coleman, driver of the number 1 Production Alliance Group Chevrolet Camaro for DCR. Is that correct, Trey?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
All right. Well, Trey, congratulations on your third place finish. You were very hesitant about saying you were going to get a good run out of the race tonight, but you got your third straight top 3. Another top 5 to start off these playoffs, and you got all kinds of momentum going for you going into next week at Talladega.
Yes, sir. Well, this number 1 Production Alliance Group Chevrolet was pretty fast today. It really surprised me. I didn't really think we had that many fast chassis out of that Rev DCR shop here at Road Courses. But the guys up on the box, obviously, William Page up on the box, Randall Coleman back in the shop, Jeff Dixon, of course. I want to thank all my teammates and affiliated today. So Randall Coleman, Cam Barnes, of course. But early in the race, I really didn't think we were going to be able to keep up because I had to claim a caution there about halfway through after we had that string of about 4 or 6 cautions back to back. I kept coming out of pit road like 6th place, and then I knew as soon as I claimed that one, I was going to get stuck in the back of the field. But this team worked really hard. We were able to get back up through there. It was kind of difficult trying to negotiate through some of those slower cars, but I'm really proud of the guys today. And I want to give a congrats to Brandon Hawken, of course, for winning, and Tommybordeaux as well. They had a really great race, and I was nowhere close to them on speed. But I really think this is a really good run heading into Talladega, a place I'm pretty comfortable with. Yeah.
Yeah, and talk about, you talked about how you had help from your teammates. Next week, we all know help from having teammates is definitely going to be big. You had that help at Daytona earlier this year. You said you had it tonight. But going into Talladega next week, you got a decent cushion on the cutoff. What do you have to do behind the wheel of your sim racing vehicle?
I just gotta hang out and work with my teammates again, like you said. Teamwork's gonna be key because we're gonna have big alliances like Team Twansky, as you know, your own team. You're gonna have guys like Ryan Pace, Sean Whitehill working together with you and Mikey. And at Rev, I'm gonna have to work closely with Corbin, of course, Darren, Jeff Dixon, Cam Barnes, and Randall to really make sure that we can get to that front of the field. Because at Talladega, we were able to execute that pretty well. Staying out front a majority of the event, but yeah, working together with my teammates and making sure that we can stay linked together after pit stops is going to be really key, I think.
Yeah, before we let you go celebrate your third place finish, anyone you want to thank?
Well, I'd like to thank Production Alliance Group, Monster Energy, Haas CNC, the Black Lives Matter movement, of course. We're still out here strong and supporting those who are faced with racial injustice. Again, I really hope that we can promote some change in the world. I'd also like to thank, obviously, my teammates, Jeff Dixon, Cam Barnes, and John Peterson, who was not here tonight, but he's always watching from the box. I'd like to thank Randall Coleman, of course, my mom and dad, and yeah, that's about it.
Thank you so much, Trey, for joining us here on Pit Road. I know it was a hot one behind the wheel of the car. Congratulations on your third place finish, and good luck next week at Talladega.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yep, and that was Trey Coleman, driver of the number 1 Production Alliance Group Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 LE for DeMario Chambers Racing. Back to you in the booth, Joe. Thanks, Joe. As we now look at our point standings after Road America, you see the big, thick cut line there. Brandon Hawken, though, advancing. Trey Coleman, Tommybordeaux, Ryan Pace, all in double digits up on the cut line. But there you see Joe Twansky, Cam Barnes, Corbin Huffman, and John Foreman with a lot of work to do next week at Talladega. It's going to be rough for those drivers. Sean Whitehill, Garrett Sidner right there, as well as Randall Coleman on that cut line. But we'd like to thank everyone for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Give us some feedback. We love to hear it. We love to hear all the positive comments. And if you got some suggestions, I'd love to hear those too. We try to make this content better for you guys every week. For everyone here at JTN, my name is Joe Twansky. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you on Saturday night for the United States Online Racing League race at Kansas.